In Brazil, eu will say é totalmente diferente.
Oh, that's the same. É totalmente diferente.
No, it's the same. It's totalmente diferente.
It's the same. Hello.
I think so.
Yeah.
When you say the C, cresci, nasci, cresci.
Cresci.
Yeah, I would say C and she's like he.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Also the R's and the L's. We say R and we read the L's and they usually skip. The L's especially. There's definitely many differences. So usually like in European Portuguese it's just like monotone. There's not a lot of change going on except for specific accents. And in Brazil, they do also have a lot of accents, right? So,
Yeah.
but it's more like
Yeah,
all
and
kinds of
some people, I heard a lot that when we're speaking, it sounds like we're singing.
for foreigners, yeah.
A lot of things like in
Yeah.
the vocals, so it makes it sound like pão, mamãe.
Yeah.
And I think it's
So mãe,
it's
pão,
more strong
cão.
for us, yeah.
People say usually like Brazilian Portuguese sounds beautiful, like a song. And they're like, okay, how does Portuguese from Portugal sound? And people say it sounds like a Russian, like a drunk Russian person. And it's just like, you know, I take a step back and I try to listen from a person who doesn't know Portuguese and I was like, it kind of makes sense, okay. But
I would
like,
say more like, Russian
but at
or
the same
German.
time, if you really like get to know it more, it's actually very elegant, I feel like. And I feel like Brazilian Portuguese is more like fun
Yeah,
and
that's true.
dynamic. And for us, it's more like, not calm and collected, more like elegant. It's like, so there's different vibes, right?
Yeah. I think also depends on where you're from in Brazil.
Yeah, right.
Because some part of Brazil also, it sounds more like elegant than the other parts. Like some
Right.
parts just like,
Yeah.
slay and sounds like
Right.
like you're a teenager.
Yeah.
And then the other parts more like,
Yeah.
fancy and elegant. In Brazil, we would say cholesterol.
And in Portugal, we would say cholesterol.
What?
Yeah,
Can you say that again?
cholesterol.
Why you're eating all the
At least that's, you know, like how I think in Lisbon we would say cholesterol. We usually kind of speak a little bit faster.
cholesterol.
Cholesterol. It's like, if you slow it down, it's like cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
But if you speak with a normal, like, you know, speed, it's like cholesterol.
It feels like the C is taking all the letters at once.
Yeah.
Cholesterol.
It is a bit, yeah. But we do say the L at the end really well. And I notice you guys like kind of skip the L a little bit. Cholesterol. Like,
Cholesterol.
but it's definitely much more.
Yeah, it's so funny. Cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
So in Brazil, we would say excelente.
Okay, so we would say excelente.
Excelente?
Excelente. Excelente. I mean, it depends on like the region in Portugal, but like usually just excelente. We sometimes even like kind of omit the first E, you know, like excelente, if we want, like, but the X is very, like, XC is very,
I
like,
feel like the C, the C sounds like there's a H after.
Yeah.
Like she.
yeah.
And we just say C, excelente, and then you say she.
Yeah,
So
we
like
read the whole thing like excelente.
Excelente.
And we shorten it out a little bit too when we are in a rush.
Excelente.
Excelente. Excelente.
They sound so German and Russian at the same time.
That's why they say, because like if they listen to me speak when I'm in Portugal, it really sounds Russian, I assume. So like we focus more of our strength, let's say, when we say the word in the X and the C, excelente. So that's kind of like the emphasis of the word. And the rest is just a drag, kind of like. But we focus a lot. When we have this kind of the X with the C, we usually focus a lot on those.
Yeah, so it's like the C, as I said before, is
Yeah.
like she, and for us, is the C can make a sound of S.
Yep.
So S for us and CH for them. Excelente.
Excelente.
In Brazil, we would say casas.
We would say casas. So as
Casas.
casas. As you can see, usually when we have an S at the end, it kind of becomes a sh sound. Sh, sh. Casas.
You're gonna say too much, it's so cute.
Yeah,
Casas.
just
Casas.
But if it's singular, then it would be the same. Casa.
Casa.
Exactly the
It's
same.
just like the S-C thing is
Yeah,
very
it
different.
changes a little bit.
Yeah, I think I will understand if someone say like there's a lot of houses there. Like, how
Muitas
do you say?
casas.
Yeah, I think I would understand. In Brazil, it would say cidade.
We would say cidade.
Cidade.
Cidade. So at the end for us is like it becomes like a closed E. And for you guys, you have the G,
Yeah,
right?
cidade.
Yeah, we say cidade.
But in some part of Brazil, would say also cidade. I don't think people would say that actually. Cidade. I think my G is more strong than normal. You say cidade, but I would say like cidade.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if it's plural, cidades.
Cidades.
Yeah.
How would you say it?
Cidades.
Cidades. Yeah, it's similar then.
Yeah. And also we say
Cidades.
CH, like at the end, kind of the sound.
Yeah. I think it's because we don't really read the E as E. Usually, if you just say A, B, C, D, it will be cidade. But when we read it, we just say E, like cidade. And the D sound sometimes turned into G, I would say.
Right.
So cidade.
Right. So this seems like more like this like historical influence within the language. Like I think it changed a bit of that part. That's pretty cool.
In Brazil, we would say grampeador. Why is she laughing?
We would say agrafador. I don't know, this one, I'm sorry, like grampeador seems a bit like sketch, like a bit illegal.
No,
I don't know, like
grampear.
what the grampear, like I don't know, like.
Grafiado, I don't know why, it reminds me of a bug.
Okay, I think we can agree on this one, both are weird.
Yeah, both are weird.
Okay, oh my
both
god.
are weird.
They are really different. I don't really know how to explain like the Brazilian one, but agrafador, for us, it just literally means the thing that does that action of the.
Yeah. Grampador, yeah. They sound so weird.
It sounds really weird, I'm so sorry.
I think the end part is the same. Door.
Yeah,
door.
we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last part is the same,
only
so
the last
we have
part.
reached mutual agreement.
Yes.
In Portuguese from Portugal is like Agrafar.
Grampeador. If she say like, can you pass me the grampeador? Like what?
Yeah.
What is that?
And if she says like, oh, I want to grampear, I'll be like, ma'am.
So in Brazil, we would say quadrinhos or gibi.
GB.
Gibi.
Well, you're not gonna like this one, let me tell you that. We would say banda desenhada. Listen, it's straight to the point. I always say this.
Quadradinho means square. Gibi.
Banda desenhada.
Nope.
I mean, if I went to you like, oh, que tipo de banda desenhada que gostas? What kind of banda desenhada do you like? She probably would be like, bands,
The draws?
draws.
Oh, actually, I think we say história em quadrinhos.
Ah, história em
Yeah,
quadrinhos.
I just remember.
Okay.
História em quadrinhos.
That makes
That's more.
sense.
So in Brazil, we would say celular.
We say telemóvel. No, listen, I will defend this one. It means tele é móvel. You can take it anywhere. Boom. Honestly, straight to the point.
It's just funny because like tele, when they say tele, like telephony, I think of like the old ones, you know,
Okay, yeah.
like the big ones. So it's like you're taking that everywhere you
Yeah,
go.
which honestly would be really fun. To be honest, I would love to try.
If it was like cell móvel, it would make more sense to me. But how do you say it again?
Telemóvel.
I think of someone going around with this giant telephone.
I mean, they did do that for a few years, you know, but I guess they never changed the meaning. Maybe. But that's the original meaning. It means you can take it anywhere.
But I think I can understand that.
Yeah, I think this one is not the worst.
Telemóvel, yeah, you can. It makes sense. So.
Yeah, and you guys say celular, right?
Cellular, kind of similar to English though.
Yeah,
I know.
right, like
Yeah,
cellular
cell,
phone.
Yeah,
Cellular.
cellular.
Makes sense. This one is a bit harder actually. I mean, once you go into specific words by themselves, sometimes we can have like, oh, wait, what? But like I would say 80% is fine, but some specific words, they are very like distinct. I think those are harder.
I would understand because the word itself is self-explanatory. Like tele, you know, it's like telephone, and móvel is like you can take it everywhere. So I would understand. So in Brazil, we would say trem.
We say comboio.
Comboio.
Train seems to me more like the ones we have in Lisbon, o trem. We call them o trem, o número teleférico, trem, número, blah, blah, blah.
Teleférico.
The cute little yellow ones, you know, that go around the city. I don't know if you've seen the photos, like.
I did.
Yeah, right? Like, so it makes sense to me, trem, but like, comboio.
Comboio. It's so funny.
Even the word itself looks like a train. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Comboio.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like.
It reminds me of a fish name. I don't know why. I was
really?
like, I want to go eat comboio. But like,
Okay,
oh,
wait.
that sounds delicious. Comboio. It's like a.
Never
food
thought about
stand.
it that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't know how do you say train in Portugal.
Train,
Yeah.
train. Yeah, but it's not the same meaning as like that small,
A small one.
Train.
We use train for the big ones.
I see.
The small ones would say teleférico.
Teleférico. Ah, we also say
Is it
teleférico in
teleférico?
some.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we also use teleférico in some. Yeah, we also use those.
It was the first time I heard this word. Yeah.
I already knew train.
In Brazil, we would say sorvete.
Okay, we say gelado. Makes sense.
That's kind of like gelato,
Yeah.
so you can
Yeah.
understand.
I mean, it's cold.
I don't know why we say sorvete though, but
Why?
like it's different for ice cream and popsicles. So, sorvete and picolé.
Picolé. I heard picolé.
How do you say picolé?
We usually just say gelato for everything, honestly.
In Brazil, we would say banheiro.
We would say casa de banho.
Casa de banho.
Yeah.
It's so funny because casa means house and banho is like shower.
Bathroom, but not room, house.
Yeah, it's a bath house. So when you say casa, I have to go to the casa de banho. I would think a house that's huge and there's like a lot of bathrooms.
Like, no,
there.
or you open the door and it's just a bathtub
Yeah,
in
you
the middle,
open
and a toilet.
There's a
just
toilet
sitting
there. Casa de banho.
At least you got room.
Do you have a different name for like a restroom and bathroom?
No, it's pretty much the same, I think. Casa de banho. Yeah,
Because like casa de banho, since banho is shower, so
Yeah,
casa
yeah.
de banho, and there could be
No,
casa,
that makes sense.
casa de mijo. We just have banheiro. I would just
Banheiro.
use
That's straight to the point.
Yeah,
Simple.
banheiro. In Brazil, we'll say, eu não tomei café da manhã ainda.
Okay. We would say, ainda não tomei o pequeno almoço.
What?
Pequeno almoço. Porque não é
Pequeno
almoço.
almoço, that's so cute!
É pequeno.
That's so cute. It literally means little lunch.
Little lunch is...
I didn't have a little lunch yet. It's so cute.
We may be tough people, but we like to say cute things, you know.
Pequeno almoço.
Pequeno almoço.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Thank you.
Ah, I forgot to
But
eat my
café da
pequeno
manhã makes a
almoço.
lot more sense. It's just like...
Yeah,
like
it's morning coffee.
coffee.
Eu ainda não tomei café da manhã.
Eu ainda não tomei o pequeno almoço.
It's the same,
Yeah.
but just the
Like the word
breakfast,
itself
yeah.
changes. Yeah.
In Brazil, it will say é totalmente diferente.
Oh, that's the same. É totalmente diferente.
No, it's the same. It's totalmente diferente.
It's the same. It's literally the
I mean,
same.
the words are the same, but the way we pronounce it is different.
The
I would say.
difference
Yeah, it's
is
different.
Different is very different.
Yeah.
Different is different because it's different the way we pronounce it.
I
Does
feel
that
like
make
it's
sense?
more sharp.
Yeah.
Like different. And then for
Diferente.
us, more like diferente.
Yeah, it's like diferente.
Diferente.
And then we're like different.
Different. You and the T. You don't really say the E. It's like
Yeah.
it ends in the T,
Yeah.
so it's more similar to English.
Yeah, in
that's
that
why English speakers can understand it better.
Yep.
But we do the thing diferente with the G thing and the E when there's no G. So
Yeah.
diferente.
Yeah, that's why if you start learning one, it's kind of hard to get to the other because it's actually very different how you finish the sentences even sometimes.
Diferente.
Different. So basically, at the end, she has the ch, and I have the
Diferente.
That's the biggest difference I think here.
In Brazil, we would say parece legal.
We would say, oh, fish, parece fish. Okay, fish.
It sounds like fish, like
Fish.
No,
So yeah, this is one of the ones that a lot of people have like a love and hate relationship with. Because for us, fish is F-I-X-E. So it only means something cool, interesting, cool. You know, it's a slang. It's like just cool. It's like very, you know, new teen kind of vibe fish. It's a very like slang word we use. But for foreigners who don't know the language, they're like, why are people saying that it sounds or looks like a fish? Because it's not a fish.
Yeah.
It's not like an actual fish. It's just cool. Yeah. So that's a misconception.
I like the word fish. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
But we have other kind of words we also use that maybe they are not familiar. It's like porreiro.
Porreiro.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad word.
I'm so sorry, but this has no bad meaning at all. It's
Really?
just like cool. Ah, porreiro.
I like it. I'm gonna say that in front of my father, and he's gonna be like, "Not in this house." And go like,
this house you
"Dad,
don't."
respect the Portugal language, okay?" Porreiro.
Exatamente, porreiro ou fish.
Yeah, we have a lot of ways to say cool too, like legal or massa.
Massa, I know
Massa.
massa. So like if you just imagine you like meet a Portuguese person or if I say it, like if I say, oh, porreiro, fish, what would you think? Your first impression?
Okay, if you say fish, I would understand because a lot of people know fish because it's very different from Brazil. So we make fun of it sometimes, like
Yeah.
how it's different. Wow, you know.
Yeah.
And porreiro, I would think you were mad at me or something.
Okay.
I
But that's
think
totally
she-
not the intention. It's
I
like,
know.
ah, porreiro is like, it's a good thing, you know? Like, it's not a bad thing.
If you like porreiro, but like, why does she looks happy but
Yeah.
she's mad at me? Like I'll get confused. I would
So
say.
that means I have to be careful when I talk. Okay, got it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
A lot of words that I didn't know.
Yeah, like at least I learned at least two. The grampeador was a very eye-opener. Yeah, no, but that was it grampeador in this one? It was not.
Yeah, grampeador.
I had fun, like I love this kind of videos, they are so much fun. Always
me
to
too.
learn.
I think I learned so many now. Grampeador.
A grampeador.
And I think I know more how to speak like Puerto people, like different. I know how to stop.
Just sound
the words,
assertive,
yeah.
like you have to be cool but assertive, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh.
The weird one, I would say, banda desenhada
Banda
was
desenhada.
very weird. So banda desenhada and grampeador has a special place in my head because it's just so funny. And casa de banho, I'd say. I mean, casa de banho, it's not that different, but like, I just in my mind make me imagine a big house with bathroom. So because of that, I would say.
I understand. So in my case, a lot of these words I already knew because, as I said, I'm very familiar with the Brazilian accent. So I knew and I love these words, especially the massa one is my favorite. But the one that I have personal beef with and I need to discuss with all the Brazilian communities, a grampeador. what does that mean? Anyhow, I love everything else. So today we compared the differences in some words and expressions.
And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And we will see you soon.
Bye! Adeus!